What this term smoldering really is referring to is a concept that's commonly known as PIRA, or progression independent of relapse activity. And this is a clinical concept in MS that refers to the gradual accumulation of disability that's unrelated to or independent of relapses. And historically, we thought disability progression in MS was related more to relapse-associated worsening, just accumulation of disability that follows relapses. But as time has gone on, we've understand this process that's independent of relapse activity, or PIRA, or as you refer to as smoldering, is occurring, and it's occurring at the very earliest stages of MS in parallel to relapse activity. There's a lot of speculation and thoughts around what's driving this progression that's independent of relapses. This concept of slowly evolving lesions. There are certainly, I guess overall, the concept is really about compartmentalized inflammation or compartmentalized immune reactions that are happening within the central nervous system. It's thought that one of the major drivers of that are microglial cells and interactions between microglial cells and other and nervous system cells and immune system cells. Some of these pathways that are driving this progression that's separate from relapses are starting to be elucidated. And as you alluded to, there are some emerging targets and even some trials testing some hypotheses around what's driving this compartmentalized inflammation. This pure observation partly comes from the fact that we have high efficacy disease modifying therapies that are doing a tremendous job at suppressing relapses and worsening associated with relapses. And even when you have people on these high efficacy therapies and almost completely suppressing relapses, you still notice this slow progression. So it's partly the development of high efficacy therapies that has revealed this slowly evolving progression as a issue that we have to work on. But regarding high efficacy therapies, in the last 10 years, we've had a half a dozen new therapies. I think one of the leading therapies that have really changed the landscape of MS are the monoclonal antibodies that target B lymphocytes. And that was really, talking about the last 10 years, a really revolutionary change in our understanding of what's driving, especially relapsing MS, is that the involvement of B lymphocytes and and the therapies that target B lymphocytes showing tremendous efficacy in MS. So the anti-B cell antibody therapy is one of the most common therapies and most effective therapies we have in MS, and we're grateful for having them. Of course, there along with high efficacy therapies come some risks and side effects, particularly the risk for opportunistic infections and the challenge we have with anti-B cell therapies around immunization and protecting people against infectious disease. So there's continues to be a lot of room for refinement and improvement in our arsenal of disease modifying therapies.